time Mary disappeared, Wu was assigned to Fort Ord, but the California coast. Hi, salty peeps. Okay, so I'm going to have to delete this other live that I have scheduled for the oddest reason. I spent the last 9 minutes trying to connect to the pre-scheduled live that I did on my phone, but it's only connecting me to that one. It's not allowing me on my computer to connect to that scheduled one. So I bet I have a bunch of y'all probably waiting. This thing is so frustrating when I tell you. Like, I spent some time just now trying to figure out like what is happening. So I'm currently live. So let me delete these two because I think I have people waiting for me. I think I have people waiting for me. I'm sorry y'all for this. This is so unprofessional. I'm not a professional. All right, deleting these two live streams. So if you're on it currently, sorry. And yeah, I should only be on this one now. I hope you all can see me. So sorry again for the lateness. It's not me. The other live stream that I had scheduled is not annoyingly allowing me to connect on my computer, but we're here. I had to just create a whole new one, and let's see if this thing is going to let us be great. So happy Friday, salty peeps. Welcome to this live stream this Friday night live stream. I'm trying to pull up the song for y'all because everything just wants to do everything right now. All right, so let me pull up YouTube like I did last week, and we're going to play it. So Friday night and Saturday, Sunday night. Hi, how are you all? Hi, Beyond Monstera. How are you? Beyond the Monstera. All right, where's the song I was playing? Friday night. So I have to be careful. Hi, Court. Welcome. All right, come on. Saturday, Sunday. Saturday. All right, there we go. So
I'm Camila Mendez, and this is what I carry in my tabby.
Come on. Commercials. YouTube always want to play me with these commercials. Gosh. I will not pay your fee for YouTube Premium. I have to be careful. I can't play too much of this because YouTube literally demonetized last week's live stream because I played this song. But y'all, happy Friday! So, as mentioned, as by the title, it is going to be a mix of a little chit chatty of, being like houseplant collectors. I would love for you all to weigh in your opinion on this conversation. And it's also going to be a repotting of my Monstera Albo. I have two Monstera Albos that I actually got from Hannah, one of my salty pecans. So the first Monstera Albo is this big one. So you will not see it from here. But if you could see this wooden situation, like right here, right? So that is the moss pole that I gave, well, the pole that I gave the Albo, which I named Hannah. And the second Albo, I traded her for some other plants, and it's this one. So this is the beauty that we are going to be repotting. today. Right. So that's the beauty that we're going to be repotting today. And I have like essentially everything set up except the soil. I did not mix the soil. Thank you, Court. And also, as we are doing the whole soil composition, the soil mix, removing this from this container, I am also soaking the moss pole that I'm going to be using. Right, so it's like currently like soaking in this water. I have like a bucket behind me, like soaking it. So let me actually do a little DIY. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, welcome on this Friday night. All right. So I also have my table. I'm going to be using this planter that I've had for quite a while. I've had like a variety of different plants in this planter since I've had it. Yeah, and it's just been chilling in my room, so I decided I'm going to upgrade the pot of the Albo into this one. So pretty much I'm gonna give it like a little increase. I can keep it in here, but the reason I'm not gonna I haven't decided fully if I'm going to keep the Albo inside of this container because I don't know how the roots are. If it's super root bound in there, then I will uproot it, right? Like repot it into this planter. But if it's not root bound, then I'm going to just keep this in here, and I'm essentially going to use the concrete planter as like a like a cover pot, right? So either way, this Albo is going to be inside of this concrete planter, either as a cash pole or straight up as the planter that it's going to live in. Also, this one does have drainage at the bottom, so I can see you guys. I don't know if y'all can see me. Can you see me? Oh, ow, I just hit my head. Oh. So annoying. Okay, so this is going to live. Y'all got what I said, right? All right, so I'm gonna just put this right here. I have my table to do the situations with. I have the water. I have all the substrate mix that I'm going to use it. And yeah, so let's basically get right into it. I don't want to create a lot of mess. So I'm going to, all right, let's see how I can place y'all so I can sing a little bit better. Is this better? All right, much better, right? Ooh, imagine, y'all, I almost fell. I went to sit down not realizing that the seat was not under my behind. Okay, this is better. All right, good. So we have our setup. Set it up. Okay, and like I mentioned, I want to use this here as like a, whatchamacallit, a stake, because this plant is leaning. It's like doing the shoulder lean. And so you get the idea. It's gonna be like, bloop, attach. Ooh, give me a sec. BRBs, burbs, burb, 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 burb. I know you can hear me, burb. All right, I'm burbed. I'm burbed. All right. So, quick story. If you're not following me on Instagram, which you definitely should, HauzPlant, HauzPlant, and also please follow me on TikTok because I'm active on there now, and please follow me. So, oh yeah. So the reason you should follow me is because I don't post on YouTube as much, but I pretty much have been posting daily or multiple times a week on TikTok. So if you want to see more content from me, then check your girl out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. All of my handles are at HauzPlant, Twitter. If you have it, follow. And also, if everyone in here, please don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, please, if you're watching and enjoying me on this Friday night. Tomorrow, then Sunday after. Okay. All right. Let me look at I can't see. All right. Let's see. Right, I'm reading the comments. I'm okay, Cora. Thank you, Deb. Big Poly Energy. Hi. Can you believe I don't own a single plant? What? Melvin, what? You don't own any. Okay, so Big Poly Energy, right? Melvin, one of my salty pecans, had didn't you literally live in a jungle? Right? So like according to like his Instagram, he like had so many plants. I remember even when I mentioned that, oh, I made the video. But I'm like, yeah, I found this philodendron 6986, blah, 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 right? And he was just like, Pam, like I have so many of them, right? How do you go from having a million philodendron 6 blah 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 to having no plants? Why did you sell them? Tell the salty peeps, Mel. Are you also falling out of pleasure with plants, or is it a little bit too personal? Wow. So if you're like watching the playback, I'll just read the comments to you. He said, guy came with $3,000 and it took him 4 days to get all the plants out of my house. And he had to move and it got overwhelming, to be honest. So that's the reason why he sold his plants. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you can start your collection over, because that's the great thing about plants is even though you might have X amount today or you might not have X amount tomorrow, you can always add, remove, restart, start over. You don't have to start over with, like little babies. You can go to the shop, buy full grown like plants and be like, hey, I've been growing this all my life, right? So that's the great thing about plants is that you can get that gratification, that instant satisfaction, like from anyone, as long as you're able to find what you are. The only thing is you might not find the size or the exact plant that you're looking for at the time, but it's out there. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? All right. So this thing, remember I said verbs. So I went to get these. If you're not following me on my social medias, you should, because I spoke about this a couple of days ago. One of my coworkers, he's also into plants, Robert. I'm just going to put his name out there. And he, like, I didn't go to work on Monday, but Tuesday I came in and he doesn't work on Tuesdays. So I just seen this like on my desk. He always brings me like random plant things. So these are like just little like zip ties, like plant zip ties. So I'm like, wow, perfect. I'm actually going to use this on here because I usually use like the little, I usually use like these, the little twist ties. But I thought, hey, why not use the new thing that Robert gave me? And he also gave me these little clips, grafting clips. I'm not grafting anything anytime soon. So I'll put this in the stash of plant supplies. I'm just reading the comment. Melvin said my next collection will only be plants I absolutely love, not just everything I see. Yeah. I don't know if you're all like that too, because a lot of the plants. So, all right, let me give y'all a little quick rundown. I've been collecting houseplants for well over a decade now, and I pretty much, like many people, get a plant like here and there, grow your collection like a normal human being, maybe like one plant a year, and then you just chill. So Then I believe either in 2017 or 2018, I really discovered the online plant community, right? So I went from being just like a consumer of content to being a content creator, and then also being like a consumer of the content that I'm also creating. So I used to have to like create like monthly budgets for myself, and anytime I seen a plant, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I'm buying it. And that is not feasible because so many plants, they do not have the same temperament, and life happens too, right? So sometimes I don't have the energy to care for 300 houseplants. I'm one person. I work a 9 to 5 job, and I have, you know, work life balance that I'm trying to do, plus a hobby, plus many other things. So it does become overwhelming. So that's why, like a few years back, I think maybe like 2021 or 2020 even, I was having like casualties. One, like many people, like mental health, like seasonal issues like depression or whatever, and being overwhelmed by having too many plants, more than I can take care of, having many plants that have many different temperaments. So having like, I never collected allocations, but for example, saying like you have an allocation, then you have a Hoya, then you have a Monstera, then you have like cacti. They all require different things, right? So you're assuming that, oh, your allocation probably needs the same sort of treatment and care as your Monstera does. No, definitely no, right? And then another thing to consider is that many of us live in multi-season, like areas. So for example, me in New York, I actually go through all 4 seasons. I go through autumn, winter, spring, and summer. So my plants in the summer react different than they do in the winter. So for example, my favorite plant that I don't have again anymore, I think I've gone through six six different individual like plants, and that is the Hoya linearis. And the issue that I have found the last few years of me trying to keep this plant in my collection is that during the summer months, my apartment, and especially from how like my windows face, from just how oddly tempered the summers are here in New York, my Hoya linearis, they dry out way too fast. And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm keeping up with the watering requirements, how much it needs. But in reality, that thing is just like, water, Sandy, water. Like hashtag SpongeBob. If you remember SpongeBob, when he went inside of like Sandy's home, her little tree. And yeah, so long story short, I'm definitely with you, Mel. The plants definitely are a little bit overwhelming at times, but I'm happy with my collection now. I do have like over like 100 houseplants in my entire home, but I'm able to manage them because I've had these everything essentially in here I've had for like, I'm capping because I got this last summer. I think this plant and one more plant I got last summer, and I can't think of I all right, so I think this one, this one, right? So the Scindapsus jade satin, the philodendron 6'9", blah, 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 and I think, all right, from in here, all I can see, I think those are like the only 2 plants that I got last year. That's in this room right now. So I've been pretty good because again, I was someone who I had to create a budget. Literally, I had to say, Pamella, you cannot continue to spend $300 a month on freaking plants. Pamella, you bought so many plants this month. Like, stop, control yourself. And I did not have that self-control, and I had to. And a lot of the times I was like going over my budgets. But we grow and we learn, right? And now we're maturing. We're not, what's the word, like thirsty, we're not feeling. We're doing what we gotta do. So let's get to this repotting. I'm gonna grab this thing here. Okay. This is like a little painter's thing, but I like to use it for soil and whatnot. All right. The moment of truth, the pièce de résistance. The reason that you all are here is because of this monstera, and we're gonna check out what the soil looks like. Ooh, you hear that? ASMR. Ew. All right. I have a question for you all. Can you please answer me, people with plant expertise? Would you say this is caused by root mealies? You know, see, it's like the mold. When you find mold on your plants, I would be devastated if this is root mealies. No, it's not, right? It's just, what is that thing called? Not mycelia, but it's the what is it called, y'all? All right, I'm not worried. I don't think that's not root mealies, because gosh, I wish I had the setup where I can use my camera to be like, oh look, zoom in, but I can't. All right, let's continue. Ooh. All right, let me get up close. So this is the difference from, so you see all of that white. So I think my plant isn't getting as much oxygen as it would want. But great news though is that there's no root rot. The roots look very healthy, and the reason that this is just ideal, like I guess the environment is so ideal that these, what are they? I can't even tell you what they're called, but the roots look great. I don't have any like brown tips on the roots. You're probably like, Pam, the whole thing looks brown. Yes, that's soil, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the roots, yo. All right. So I've had this Monstera for quite a few years. I think I've had this Monstera since 2021, or the earliest late 2020. But I think 2021 is when Hannah and I did the Albo, the swap for this Albo. Like I sent her some other plants, and she sent me this, and so when she did originally, when I apologize for mispronouncing you, when they sent me this cutting, it was this one leaf, and it was a center cut. So first, this was unrooted. I had to get this plant to root, and then after it rooted, it had to establish itself, be comfortable in my home, and then root itself. Then decide like, oh, I'm gonna like push out new growth. And I have like record on my channel, like this thing, it took quite a long time before it started to push out actual leaves. So the first real like legit leaf that popped out was this one. So this is like the parent leaf, right? With all the fenestration and juiciness. Then this is the size that the first leaf came out to be. And then the second leaf was this one. Then the third leaf was this one. The fourth leaf was this one. And the newest leaf is this one. It was a little bit smaller, but that's the winter leaf that popped out. The rest of these were like summer leaves. This is the winter leaf, and this is pretty much like all new growth from 2022 because I told you I got it in 2021. It had to establish itself. It took a really long time to establish itself, but it did. And yeah, this is like how the roots look. Okay, so I'm going to gently set this to the side, aka put it in here. Okay. So I'm honestly going to reuse the same soil that I'm complaining about because it's good. Okay. So it's not root bound, right? This is not root bound. If y'all can see how it is in here, right? I think, all right, help me out. Do you all think that I should size it up, like size up the pot? Because, or should I keep it in here? Let me know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is mycelium. That's what it is. Yes, Court. I am a T-Swift. I am a Swiftie. I'm a Swiftie. I am a Swiftie. I'm not like a huge Swiftie, but I love Taylor Swift. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah. Hi Lola. I hope you all like my little serenade, my video. What do you call these? My performance. That's the word. Hope y'all enjoyed my performance. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm going to grab my bag of other soils. Okay. It must be exhausting. Always rooting for the anti-hero. All right, so personally, for me, I have always been a soil user. I like soil. A lot of people don't like to use soil in their substrate mix. That's your business. Do what works for you. This works for me, so I'm gonna just keep doing what works for me. The reason why I use soil, a lot of people don't like to use soil because essentially for like pests, right? Pests happens, right? These things, unless you don't want pests, then like buy plastic plants, right? But pests happen. For example, like this mycelium, right? A lot of people will be like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want this on my soil. I don't want this in my plant. I'm scared. But if you just educate yourself and kind of know what you're looking for, what you're not looking for. Again, this is mycelium. It's not like root mealies, which was like the first thought that usually pops up in our heads. Is like once you see something a little like off on about your plants, it's always like pest, right? And it's great to think that way. But in this case, that's not the reason. So I'm just going to use this same substrate mix. I am going to add lava rocks. I did not have lava rocks when I made this mix years ago. And I'm also going to I'm such a freaking, I'm not gonna call myself lame. I'm quirky, that's the word. I'm really quirky. I like life is so hard. There's so much craziness out here. Life is just, people are so upbeat, right? People are so messed up. People will oh God. Yo, please never let anyone try to dim your light. Never let anyone try to take away from your happiness and what makes you you. Because when they go, to their home, they're probably sad and envious of your heart and who you are. Don't let people energy affect yours, right? If you're an empath, I'm sorry about that. But you have to work on discernment. You have to work on your strengths to not let others, mess with you. So how is everyone doing? Let's see. Do you want this album? I thought these were too overwhelming. Now you want to take care of it? What, so you could sell it and give it away? Melvin? Yeah, you want this album so you could sell it and give it away, huh? Like you gave your whole entire collection. Mm. Yeah, right. That's what I thought. I'm gonna add a little HauzPlant also. So let's get HauzPlant. These I'm using HauzPlant. These are like slow release pellets. I'm gonna just shake that into the soil, just lightly, because it's about to be growing season. Spring is upon us. So yeah, I'm going to make the executive decision to keep the Albo in this planter, and I guess when I do decide to when I do decide to repot it, I won't stress too much because it's going to just already be attached to this. I'm not going to give it a new moss pole until it outgrows this one, which is what I did with my previous one. So this big one right here, I feel like I just should. I don't want to move it. I'm not gonna move it. That's way too much work for this live stream. Just bringing out, and it's always a great idea when you use moss to prevent rot. The best, you make sure you like really wring out your moss, so it's not like okay. All right. So this is a self-watering moss pole. Yeah, what do y'all think? Or this? Because remember, either way, this is going to be inside of here. So do I want to directly plant this in here? Right? Might as well, right? Might as well? Might as well? I think might as well. Might as well. Yeah, might as well. All right. So we gonna go and do that then. Okay. So let me just add a little bit of soil mix. Where's my soil? I cannot wait for the weather to warm up more than it currently is. I'm such a warm weather person. I dread when honestly fall comes around. Even though I think fall is probably the best temperature wise. But I seriously dread it because I know winter is right behind it. So I don't like it. It makes me so miserable. It's so cold. I don't like it. I come from the islands. So tomorrow I am going to one of my friends, my good Judy's. She's turning 30. All the 93 babies are turning 30 this year. Including myself. But I'm actually like, you know, when it comes to birthdays, there's a lot of people who dread birthdays, I guess, aging or getting older. I see it as a blessing because so many of your peers, are unfortunate to not make it to the age that you're currently at and the ages that you will, continue to grow to be. But so many people died when in high school, COVID. So even though, yeah, you're like 1 year older, you're 1 year wiser, you're 1 year more experienced, you're 1 year more blessed to be able to live. So I do love like my birthdays. And if you didn't know, my birthday is August 27. I'm a Virgo, right? A lot of people complain about our sign, my sign. But it's because y'all haters. You hate us because you ain't us. So funny. What's everyone's sign in here? What is everybody's sign? All right, so I don't want to add more soil. So I'm going to keep it in here. There's going to be anything. I'm going to keep it in here. Virgo in the house. Virgo's in the house. Right. A little twirly twirl. Okay. Eagleness and happiness. All right, so this wouldn't work for this, but it would work in here. Okay. The plant wins. We are going to add it in this container. Do you really think that TikTok is going to like be officially banned in the States? Because they did try to do it a few years back, and it wasn't, successful. So do you believe that? And my thing is like, ban it for what? Like, what are we banning it for? There's nothing that is on those platforms that we already don't have access to on all of our platforms. Like, what if you need pornography, right? Or did I say it like that? Pornography. You can just get that on Twitter easily. I guess because it's not like American ran. But I guess they're all trying to like monopolize these apps. Like Facebook wants to like be in charge of everything. Speaking of Facebook, so here's a little quick annoying situation that happened. So as a content creator, right? I think ultimately everyone would love to be able to get paid for doing whatever they do, right? For example, the Kardashians, right? They get paid to literally like wake up and live their lives. You wouldn't want that too? Not with like all the exposure, all the lack of privacy, but in the aspect of literally getting paid to live. So as a content creator, I get paid for creating like content on YouTube. Can you hear that? So as a content creator, you get paid for creating content. So Instagram, they had this whole situation with like reels, which were they were pushing. I believe in like 2021, they were like really pushing reels so much. And then later in 2021, they decided to like monetize reels, and Instagram gave me that option to monetize along with like a whole bunch of other people. And throughout the years, they've opened up the monetization aspect for everyone. So this past week, Instagram and Facebook decided to no longer monetize reels, which I think is honestly a little bit like nonsense. But Instagram, yet again, is still the only platform that you're not getting monetized. You get monetized on YouTube, you get monetized on TikTok, but IG you don't. So I think that's a little like stupid, so stupid. Because if you're gonna offer it, why take it back? I think that's where I'm at right now. Like why give people the option just to say, gotcha. Don't Debo me. Don't do that. Don't do that. So here is the substrate mix. I'm gonna add two more things in here. I'm gonna add a little bit of leca, right, just for added drainage, and a little bit of charcoal. I don't think I had charcoal when I made this mix also. So we're gonna add a little bit of charcoal and one more mix with our hands. And this is literally like just super draining, super Android mix, super airy. Even though I added soil, I don't worry about like, oh, your plant is like rotting. No. So as you can see, it's pretty like rocky. So essentially all of my monsteras have this kind of mix, and most of my philodendrons also have this mix, depending on that type of philodendron. So I would never use this mix on my friend philodendron like Brantianum, whatever, because for me, that thing lives under cloche. I remove it from the cloche, like remove the cloche from it maybe like once or twice a year if I remember to. Outside of that, that thing lives there. I don't add water, unless maybe that one or twice a year when I do remove the cloche from the top of the philodendron brandy. But that's one plant that if it would probably like love to like swim in water. But I'm noticing like pretty much like most of my plants are getting this mycelium. And I think it's probably from just the cold in here. Like a lot of my plants are having like the mycelium on it. Ooh. Coffee. So, one second. Oh. All right. That was more than 1 second, but don't charge it. Charge it to the game. If you probably see like cat hair on my, it's because I have two cats. So my little coffee thing, I'm gonna wash it after. But every morning I make coffee for myself in this little coffee thing. And most mornings, instead of like tossing the coffee grounds, what I do is like I'll literally like pick a random plant or a random couple of plants, and I'll just like dump the coffee grounds in it. And these are used, right? So it does its process. So I'm going to add some into the soil. I've been doing this for over a decade. So that's the only reason I was just like, ooh, it's because of that. So seriously, I'm done now. seriously, this is the last bit of mix that I'm doing. Be careful with the coffee grounds though, because one thing is, if you don't, it honestly would just like pack. It'll just like compact, and nothing will be able to like super like really like penetrate it. So do mix it in, or if you like sprinkle it like I do, make sure you like sprinkle it. You just don't like just drop chunks, because the chunks won't like really dissolve. I can't believe we're 45 minutes into me just chattering. But thank you all for spending your Friday night with me. Like, thank you. I really appreciate it. Keeping me company, repotting with me. I have a couple of other plants that I do want to repot. Maybe I should keep this like a little series. It's like Friday night repot. What y'all think? Oh, so I also, like I mentioned last week, Court, I still am going to do the house tour. I don't have any time this weekend at all to film one, so it's going to either be filmed next week. I'm going to try to like film it next week, so I can put it out maybe in March. No, we're in March, in April. Right, so I think that's like my little aim, my goal is to try to like film it next weekend. And look at these roots. I really don't want to like rinse the roots, but I think just for like video purposes, I'm gonna rinse the roots so y'all can see what I mean by it doesn't have like root rot, even with the mycelium. I don't like overwater my plants. I tend to lean more on the underwatering sort of houseplant care. Okay. So here are the roots, with stuff attached to it, but like the ends are fleshy white. There's no like browning. Whatever this brown is, it was like the aerial root. The ends are good, healthy. That's what we want. Healthy roots, happy roots, because we work hard to keep our plants, we work hard to own these plants. We work hard to collect them. So of course we want them to be healthy and happy, and that satisfaction that you have with yourself, right? Being able to say that, oh yeah, I'm able to like keep this thing alive, I love that. I love that about houseplants. All right, so first, bumper cart. Dang, this is too small. This won't. Oh, damn. All right, I really wanted to use these little eyes, but they're not large enough. So that's why I really, with these, I really like love these, because you can go at any length you want, like any length you want to go, you can pull it, and all I do is just like use this thing and it clip snaps. So, and it's like soft. It's not soft, but it's like gentle, because I'm not about to like die, take your oxygen and CO2. No, I'm not about to do that. I'm just going to gently just like twist it just so it could be braced on here. So let me give myself a little measurement. So this is about like the length. And literally all you do is put it in here, right? In here. I'm gonna feel numb, it feels like this. That's it. I'm gonna feel it, but it feels like this. Hi, Jacqueline! Welcome to this Friday night repotting session with Pam. It's Friday night repotting session with Pam. It's Friday night. Yeah. So I think maybe move this down here like that. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna start it like right here. Things where I really want to start the plant. Only Been a few hours, but it feels like days. Been a few days, but it feels like months. I know months, but it feels like years. And we don't know time, but it feels like now. I really wish I could play music. But YouTube be like, girl, demonetize. Demonetize. Which is so annoying. Like, these music companies are like fiends. Somebody want your little stank ass royalties. Like, but you want royalties for my entire video for like a 10-second clip. Oops, I mean 11-second clip. Because 10 seconds they're fine with. But oh dog, not 1 second more. Not 1 second more. If you know what's good for you. It's pretty much what they say to us. All right, let's see. Okay, let's do that. Okay. I think I have to make more mix. Dang, this planter is big. Okay. Right. Maybe I might not have to create some extra substrate mix. Perhaps not. Perhaps I may. Perhaps maybe not. Let's see. One of the many quirky things about me is that at any given time, at any given moment, I will just randomly just start to talk in an accent. Accent from where? I can't tell you. But if I tell you where the accent is from, you know. Nor. Yo, there's this guy on Instagram. If you're, I think the thing that I shared might still be actually live on my Instagram right now. But it's this guy, he does these like random Twilight parodies, and he also does like Australian accent parodies. So I think it's so funny. Like, not to make fun of my Aussie friends, you know, we're not making fun of y'all, you know. But his parodies are funny, is what I'm saying. You know, to the door. Or more door, more. Sorry, Scott. All right. Let's see. Am I been a few hours, but it feels like days. All right. I'm gonna have to make some more mix. But I think the top dress is going to be even more drainage loving. I think that's enough. Add some hydro balls, aka leca, aka compressed, expanded soil clay. Oh, I'm gonna be loud, but it feels like days. But it feels like months. Nor war is going on nor here. Right. Little salt bay of coffee. And where's my swirl? Well, add some swirl to this. We need some swirl. Little sprinklers of salt. And yeah, a little bit of lava rocks again. And for shits and giggles, we're gonna add some peat moss. Is there like still controversy about peat moss? Like, don't use peat moss. There's not enough of it in the environment. What is some of it? I don't know. That's just not happening. Peat moss. People be like, use coco coir. I have coco coir. It's in like the other plant closet. I have so much plant material. It's insane. All right. And where is it? Asmokadi. I know that perlite dust is the worst. Okay. Admocot, not Admocot, perlite dust is not safe for the peeps, your respiratory system. So it's always best to either like wear a mask or rinse your perlite. And 'tis all. That's all I needed for here. Why not? So next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to bang the sides of this planter. Why? So, you know, the soil, the substrate mix can settle. And if I have to add anything more, I'm gonna add it. So I'm like, how's that helping? Because remember, I placed this, right? And then the roots were all like, take my good hand, right? So things probably like, there's probably like space in between the roots, right? That soil and debris didn't fall. So we're just going to ensure that, you know, everyone is like, because you see, like, even doing this, I don't like how this feels. Let's have more. I'm gonna save a little bit of the rest of this because I know probably like after I water it for sure, this is going to like the level. So let's say the level of the soil is currently here, right? When I water it, this level of the soil probably is gonna like go down like to here, right? So tapping it down, I want to make sure that it goes down to here so I can add what I need, right? But if it doesn't do that, when I water it, it's going to do that on its own. So I'm going to keep this extra to just fill onto the top after I water this and after this settles to do its thing. So I am going to borrow this from you, my dear. All right. All right. Just for video purposes, we are going to look for my watering can, which I can't seem to find. Where are you, watering can? All right, I can't seem to find my watering can. Therefore, I believe I am going to just use a cup that I found. Yeah, just like that. Let's just pretend, you know, that's where it belongs. Let's pretend that's where it belongs. Oh, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. For a couple of reasons. I love experimenting with plants, and I love that you're able to do many different things with your plants. The reason that I'm not going to do that is because I'm making the yet again executive choice to soak. I'm going to soak this. I'm not going to water it and hope that the soil, the dry pieces of bark, right, the leca clay balls. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm gonna just sprinkle this with water for the first time and that it's going to absorb. No, I'm gonna soak it to guarantee that everything absorbs when it needs to absorb. Okay. So I'm looking for like an internode. All right, I think I'm just gonna only tie this one down because this leaf right here is probably the next place where I could, right here. So this is the newest leaf. So I could probably twist tie this like here. I don't want to because this, I'm gonna wait for this to push out a new leaf before I twist tie it. So I'm going to go right below it. Ego death is where you find happiness. Can y'all listen to the song Ego Death by Ty Dolla $ign, Kanye West, FKA Twigs, and is it Skrillex? I think Skrillex is the other artist. That song is so bomb. I'm really into like Jersey house clubby music. I love all music, first of all. Like you can take me to any club and you better believe I'm gonna be dancing, whether it's hip hop, whether it's country. No offense. The only thing I think I probably can't really get down with, like music wise, is like hard, like metal, like death rock, I think. I still haven't acquired the full palette for that genre of music. You know, I don't knock it though. But this hasn't been my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, my cup of joe, but my best friend loves it. She goes to like all the concerts. Like you probably will catch her like what do like when people like when they carry you in the group. What is that called? You know what I'm talking about. What is that thing called? Surfing? Crowd surfing? Yeah, I think crowd surfing is the word I'm looking for. All right. There's a little bit too much water in this thing, so. All right. Okay. And I'm just gonna let this thing soak in here. So the water is like at the same exact level of the top of the planter. So I'm gonna literally just let this soak and absorb the water that it needs. And then I'm going to transfer it from inside of here to let it drain out. Once it drains out, I'm going to place it in its in this, which is where it lives. And it's graduated now officially from the stripper pole stand to its own stand, which will go right next to Hannah, the other album that I have here. Since I guess this video is done, y'all, right? So this live stream is done. So I can create mess because I can clean up the mess instead of being like, I'm on live stream. I can't create mess because I'm on live stream. After this, I'm going to end the video. But before I end the video, I guess I will show you all Hannah, what Hannah looks like now, my other album. I'll tell you, that plant looks so good. This plant is so big, I literally can't even pick it up. So I filmed the whole video of this, like potting and like staking. I never edited it though. So this is how Hannah's looking right now. Right, can y'all see? So this is Hannah, my other elbow. She's doing good. She's chilling, fenestrating, being a good girl. Love her. Yeah, cutie, patootie. Let's put it back. Oh, yeah, I told you the song is called Ego Death. I like that song because it's so true. Because I think like people with the biggest egos, life is a little struggle for you because you're always like expecting for people to do you right when you just like calm your ego. I promise you life is so much like easier. I swear. I can't deal with like people with like extreme egos. Mainly because I'm so easygoing, right? That can't really deal with like people who complain too much. Always got an issue. My God, please leave me alone. I don't want to be a friend. You complain too much. Okay, and on that note, I think that's all, salty peeps. So thank you so much for joining me today, tonight, this evening, this night on YouTube to repot my Monstera Albo. I am so happy that everyone joined me who joined me. Like, I'm so happy to see y'all. And I hope y'all got to see Hannah. She looks gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we have the other Albo right here. We haven't given this Albo a name, but this is still from Albus, who's the parent plant of these albos. They all come from the same parent plant, believe it or not. They just look different. They have different, like, they're putting out the fenestration differently, but you're just, no, it's not fenestration, the variegation, not fenestration. Fenestration is the splitting. Variegation is the mix of like whites with greens and pinks, stuff like that. So yes, on that note, thank you so much, my salty pecans, for joining me on this Friday night. Thank you for joining me on this repotting wrong phone. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed you guys. Y'all make me so happy. I love my community, my salty peeps. I will see you all probably maybe next Friday. Again, like I said, this might be a regular thing. It will be dope if it is. It'll be really cool if I can make it a regular thing, but have a good one, salty peeps. I'll see you on the next one. Let's get growing. Bye. Oh, yeah. Oh, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's free. It don't cost you anything. Bye.